The worlds of video games are one of the most important aspects of games, and some games take their worlds to another level, presenting unique characteristics. Some are monotonous, dark, lush, or even colorful, breathing life into the universe and bringing a unique experience to the player. With that in mind, I've selected 12 games with worlds like no other. Sleeping Dogs is an action-adventure game developed by United Front Games and released by Square Enix in 2012. Set in the vibrant city of Hong Kong, the game puts players in the shoes of Wei Shen, an undercover police officer trying to dismantle one of the city's most powerful criminal organizations, the Sun On Yee Triad. The recreation of Hong Kong in Sleeping Dogs is impressive, featuring a city bustling with busy streets, chaotic markets, and towering skyscrapers. The map is a fascinating blend of narrow alleys and wide avenues, each with its own characteristics and dangers. Gameplay shines with fluid melee combat and intense chases, both on foot and in vehicles. Additionally, the martial arts system allows for a variety of moves and combinations, providing a highly satisfying combat experience. Skyrim, released by Bethesda Game Studios in 2011, is the fifth installment in the Elder Scrolls series and is widely regarded as one of the best RPGs of all time. The game is set in the fictional province of Skyrim, a land of icy mountains, dense forests, and ancient ruins. Skyrim's map is vast and teeming with life, from small villages and towns to hidden caves and abandoned forts. Exploration is a cornerstone of the game, with every corner of the map offering new discoveries and adventures. Gameplay is rich and varied, allowing players to customize their characters with unique abilities and spells. The quest system is extensive, offering the opportunity to join different factions and influence the fate of the world. Moreover, the ability to interact meaningfully with the environment and NPCs adds immersive depth to the game. Elden Ring is an action RPG developed by From Software and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. Released in 2022, created in collaboration with George R.R. Martin, the game features a dark and complex fantasy world known as the Lands Between. The map of Elden Ring is a true masterpiece, with diverse topography including vast open fields, mysterious forests, ruined castles, and underground regions. Exploration is encouraged through open-world design, allowing players to forge their own paths and uncover hidden secrets. Gameplay maintains From Software's characteristic difficulty, with challenging combat that demands precision and strategy. The combat system is dynamic, enabling a variety of fighting styles and the use of powerful magic. Additionally, RPG elements such as character customization and build crafting add layers of depth to the experience. Horizon Zero Dawn, developed by Guerrilla Games and released in 2017, introduces us to Aloy, a young hunter in a post-apocalyptic world dominated by colossal machines. Set in a distant future where human civilization has regressed to primitive tribes while intelligent machines roam the Earth. The map of Horizon Zero Dawn is vast and varied, featuring lush forests, arid deserts, snowy mountains, and ruins of ancient cities. Each region has its own characteristics and dangers, encouraging exploration and strategic use of the environment. Gameplay shines with dynamic combat against machines, where players must employ a mix of stealth, strategy, and combat skills to survive. The story is deep and engaging, exploring themes of identity, survival, and the impact of technology on humanity. BioShock, released by 2K Games in 2007, is a first-person shooter set in the dystopian underwater city of Rapture. Conceived by the visionary Andrew Ryan, Rapture was intended as a libertarian utopia but descended into nightmare due to rampant genetic experiments. The map of BioShock is one of the most memorable in gaming history, featuring dark Art Deco corridors, grand submerged halls, and a constant atmosphere of oppression. Rapture is rich with details and hidden stories that players can uncover by exploring its corners. Gameplay combines intense combat with genetic abilities known as plasmids, allowing players to manipulate the environment and enemies in unique ways. The narrative of BioShock delves into philosophical and ethical themes, questioning the nature of freedom and the cost of progress. Shadow of the Colossus, originally released in 2005 by Team ICO, is an action-adventure game known for its minimalist and emotionally charged approach. Players assume the role of Wander, a young man who ventures into a forbidden land to defeat colossal creatures in hopes of resurrecting a girl named Mono. The map of Shadow of the Colossus is vast and desolate, featuring serene landscapes, deep valleys, deserts, and ancient ruins. The absence of common enemies or bustling cities enhances the loneliness and grandeur of battles against the Colossi. Each Colossus is a wandering puzzle requiring players to find weak points and use the environment to defeat them. Gameplay revolves around these epic battles, providing a unique experience of combat and exploration. The story, told subtly, is powerful and evocative, exploring themes of sacrifice, regret, and the quest for redemption. Generation Zero, developed by Avalanche Studios and released in 2019, transports players to an alternate version of 1980s Sweden where the population has mysteriously disappeared and hostile machines roam the countryside. The map of Generation Zero is a vast and detailed Swedish landscape filled with dense forests, abandoned villages, and deserted military installations. The game encourages exploration and survival, requiring players to use stealth, guerrilla tactics, and improvisation to confront the machines. The game's atmosphere is marked by a sense of loneliness and imminent danger, reinforced by the soundtrack and environmental design. Cooperative gameplay allows up to 4 players to work together to solve mysteries and combat threats, adding an extra layer of strategy and enjoyment. The Metro series, based on Dmitry Glukovsky's novels and developed by 4A Games, begins with Metro 2033 and includes Metro Last Light and Metro Exodus. Set in a post-apocalyptic world where survivors live in the tunnels of the Moscow Metro after a nuclear war, the Metro series blends survival horror with first-person shooter elements. The map of the Metro games is a mix of claustrophobic tunnels, metro stations transformed into small settlements, and the devastated radioactive surface. Each location is fraught with dangers, from aggressive mutants to hostile human factions. Gameplay emphasizes resource management, stealth, and tense combat, where ammunition is scarce, and player decisions can have significant consequences on the story. Metro Exodus expands the formula by introducing a more open world, allowing long-distance travel across devastated Russia, offering a variety of environments from dense forests to arid deserts. Dishonored, developed by Arcane Studios and published by Bethesda, is a stealth action game set in the dark and industrial city of Dunwall. Released in 2012 with subsequent sequels, Dishonored casts players as Corvo Atano, a bodyguard wrongly accused of assassinating the Empress. The map of Dishonored is a maze of narrow streets, opulent mansions, polluted factories, and fetid sewers, all interconnected in a steampunk city rich with details. Gameplay in Dishonored stands out for its flexibility, allowing players to choose between stealthy approaches or direct combat, using a combination of weapons, supernatural abilities, and gadgets. Player decisions, including how they approach objectives and handle enemies, influence the unfolding story and the state of the world, offering multiple endings and narrative paths. The dark atmosphere of Dunwall, coupled with its unique aesthetic, creates an immersive environment that enriches the gaming experience. Bloodborne, developed by From Software and released in 2015, is an action RPG set in the dark and gothic city of Yharnam. The game stands out for its oppressive atmosphere and intricate map design. Yharnam is a labyrinthine city filled with narrow alleys, imposing cathedrals, and sinister catacombs. The environment is rich in macabre details and a constant sense of danger. Bloodborne's gameplay is intense and punishing, focused on fast-paced and strategic combat. Players take on the role of a hunter, battling horrific and deranged creatures in search of answers about a mysterious plague plaguing the city. The The combat system encourages an aggressive approach, rewarding players for quick and precise attacks. Additionally, the narrative is deeply intertwined with the world design, with stories told through item descriptions, enigmatic dialogues, and the architecture itself. Red Dead Redemption 2, developed by Rockstar Games and released in 2018, is an action-adventure game set in the late 19th century during the last days of the Old West. The map of Red Dead Redemption 2 Inches is vast and incredibly detailed, covering a variety of landscapes from snowy mountains and dense forests to arid deserts and burgeoning cities. Players assume the role of Arthur Morgan, an outlaw member of Dutch van der Linde's gang, as he navigates the complexities of life in the Wild West. The gameplay is diverse, offering activities such as hunting, fishing, dueling, and train heists. The narrative is deep and emotional, exploring themes of loyalty, survival, and the struggle for identity in a changing world. Interaction with the environment and NPCs is incredibly realistic, with each player action influencing the reputation and behavior of characters around them. Fallout 3, released by Bethesda Game Studios in 2008, is an open-world RPG set in a post-apocalyptic future. Set in the ruins of Washington, D.C., the game features a vast map filled with iconic destroyed locations like the National Mall and the Capitol Building, now inhabited by mutants and desperate survivors. The world of Fallout 3 Inches is marked by a retro-futuristic aesthetic, blending advanced technologies with 1950s culture. Gameplay allows players to explore freely, complete diverse quests, and make moral decisions that affect the outcome of the story. The VATS, Vault-Tec-assisted targeting systems, offers a unique combat mechanic, allowing players to pause the action to target specific parts of enemies. The game's narrative, centered around the protagonist's search for their missing father, is rich and engaging, full of memorable encounters and ethical dilemmas. Now tell me, if there's any game missing from this list and whether you think this video deserves a part 2, just comment part 2. Have a great day, and see you tomorrow.